Hi everybody, it's Jen. I just wanted to welcome you to my series, What is a Walking Boot and How do I Wear It? This is contextual for me personally because I just had a procedure on my foot yesterday and I'm gonna need to go back into this for a little while in the immediate stages of healing, so I thought I would take you along with me. So this is a controlled ankle movement, or CAM, C-A-M boot, also known as a walking boot, also known as a pneumatic air boot because of this little bulb right here. So I'm going to take apart the boot and show you how it works, and then we'll put it on. So this boot has three components. This is the front piece that will go on your shin. So we're just going to take that off and set that to the side. This is the boot liner. This can come out to be washed. Eventually over time it's going to get sweaty and maybe a little smelly, so good to just wash this for hygiene purposes. So I'm also going to take this out to show you the inside of the boot and how the air component works. So inside the boot there are two air pockets, here and here, one on each side. They're controlled by this bulb on the side, so you can add or take away air to your comfort level. So when you press it, I don't know if you can hear or see that this air pocket has really filled up with air, and then as you press, depending on your gait pattern or your ankle itself, the air moves between the two pockets to give you good support. This is one of the last steps that we'll do, is using this, but I just wanted to show you the inside of the boot so you can see how the pneumatic component works. And now I'm going to show you how to reassemble it and put it on. So again, this boot has a hard bottom. It's hard plastic, and we don't want that hard plastic to come into contact with your skin. It could create some pressure areas that'll be really uncomfortable, and we don't need you to further complicate your healing. So that's where this boot liner comes in. It normally doesn't have to come out. I just took it out to show you the air pockets, but again, good to launder every so often. So we're just going to put the liner back in. We want to make sure it's all the way back in the heel of the boot. And we also want to make sure that the liner is sort of in front of this hard plastic. If the liner isn't, you're going to find that it's going to come into contact with the sides of your leg. It's going to be really uncomfortable. We don't want you to have any pressure injuries because of that. So just something to be mindful of. This front toe kick piece, this can stay up, this can stay down. It's really up to your comfort. I personally like to have it down. That's just me personally. You can also adjust on the sides, making this extend out further if your foot is too cramped with it smaller, or you can even bring it in by just adjusting this and removing the side piece here. So to put it on, we're gonna line it up with our leg, make sure this piece is close by. We're gonna slip our foot in. Again, adjusting the liner so that it's fully covering this plastic piece on both sides. I always wear long pants or a tall socks. I have compression socks underneath here actually, just to protect my skin as well. Then we have our shin piece. I'm going to place that on top and line up the straps with the corresponding buckle on either side. There are 3 straps. I personally go top, middle, bottom. There are some people that go middle, top, bottom. I think the most important thing is to just make sure that the straps are not over or under tightened. You want to support your foot well. So we have our boot on. I'm going to double check to make sure that the liner is fully covering these plastic parts of the boot on the sides. That looks good. Now we're going to pump up the air pockets by pressing this bulb on the side. I'm feeling some air going into those side pockets on the boot on either side of my ankle, so now my ankle feels more stable. Last adjustment would be making sure that these straps are either not too loose, not too tight. I'm going to tighten up this bottom one a little bit. I should be able to get my fingers underneath. You don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose either. Standing up. It's really painful for me to put weight on my foot right now, but I also just want to quickly mention your pelvis and your hips. So these boots are really tall, right? There's a big heel on this boot. So even though I'm wearing a pretty tall shoe, I still feel like my hips are not perfectly aligned. So what I have done in the past, thanks to Ashley, actually, is gotten myself a shoe lift. You can get these on Amazon, and we can also show you as well where to get them. They are height adjustable, and they're kind of rubber. They just go on your shoe. This one's called Even Up, but you can even adjust the height of the shoe support to make sure that you're not overdoing it. And so basically what this will do is help keep my pelvis in line, so that way I don't start to throw off my back and start compensating in other ways with other muscles when I'm walking. I wore this particular shoe lift while on a weekend trip in Manhattan, and it definitely withstood the test of time. So I can say that worked out well for me. It's definitely not the most fashionable thing. However, I do find it really helpful. It's not great with this particular shoe, but hopefully this at least helps you understand the benefit of that. So if you have any questions about the cam boot, if you're wearing it correctly, or just tips on how to put it on, or if you want one of us to come out and assess you and your cam boot, we would be more than happy. Just feel free to reach out and we can get that sorted for you. Thanks for coming along.